Ladies and gentlemen, as we age, something strange happens. The things we once chased with desperation, status, possessions, even certain beliefs, begin to lose their grip on us. And here lies a paradox. What should have been obvious in our youth only becomes clear after decades of struggle. And by then, the time to act has already slipped through our fingers. So let me ask you this. Are you living in a way that will still make sense when you're 70? Or are you blindly following a path that will lead to regret? Today I want to share with you 9 things that in time lose their meaning. I hope that by hearing these insights you might reconsider the way you live your life right now. First, consider the relentless pursuit of status. For years, many of us chase after titles, promotions, social recognition, and the admiration of our peers. We convince ourselves that once we achieve a certain level of success, we will finally feel fulfilled. Yet, what happens when you finally reach that lofty summit? More often than not, the goalpost moves, and the hunger for validation does not disappear, it intensifies. You find yourself locked in an endless cycle of proving your worth to others, believing that your value is intrinsically tied to your position in society. But as you approach your later years, the illusion begins to crumble. The titles that once commanded respect start to lose their power. Retirement strips away the identity you built around your career, and the corporate world moves on, replacing you with younger, more ambitious individuals. The awards and accolades that once seemed monumental become distant memories, gathering dust in the corners of your mind. In those moments, you realize that status was never the true measure of a life well lived. What really matters are the relationships built along the way. The family who stood by you through difficult times, the friends who remained even when success faded, and the moments of genuine human connection that were often sacrificed on the altar of ambition. Next, there's the matter of external validation. From an early age, we are taught to seek approval from our parents, teachers, peers, and eventually society at large. Social media reinforces this notion, creating an illusion that our worth is measured by the number of likes, comments, or followers we have. Every action is filtered through an invisible lens, and the pressure to maintain a certain image becomes overwhelming. However, as you mature, you begin to see the absurdity of it all. The opinions you once feared no longer hold power, and the people you spent so much energy trying to impress are often too absorbed in their own struggles to truly notice you. The realization dawns that the judgments once so piercing were never really about you. They were reflections of others' insecurities. In time, you understand that the energy wasted on chasing external approval could have been invested in something far more rewarding, developing a strong, unshakable sense of self-worth that comes from within. Then there's the matter of holding on to grudges. It's easy to justify your anger in the moment. When someone betrays your trust or speaks harshly, it feels natural to hold on to that pain as a shield, convincing yourself that by clinging to anger you can protect yourself from future hurt. But what you fail to see is that holding a grudge imprisons you in the past. Every moment spent reliving old wounds is a moment stolen from the present, a moment that could be used to build a more meaningful future. Over the years, that resentment grows heavier, and what once seemed like a justified response becomes a barrier to forgiveness and growth. When you finally reach a point where you're 70, you might look back and realize that all those years of bitterness only deepened your isolation, leaving you with a legacy of regret rather than one of healing and transformation. Another trap that many of us fall into is the relentless accumulation of material possessions. For much of our lives, we equate success with what we own: bigger houses, luxury cars, expensive clothes, and the latest technology. The thrill of acquiring something new gives a fleeting sense of satisfaction, but that satisfaction is always temporary. As the years go by, the possessions that once brought us joy lose their luster. The large house may feel empty, and the prized items we once cherished become mere relics of a past we can never reclaim. In the end, material wealth proves to be a poor substitute for the deeper fulfillment that comes from the experiences we share and the memories we create with loved ones. Then there is the pursuit of perfection. Throughout our lives, we often hesitate to take risks or seize opportunities because we are waiting for the perfect moment, believing that everything must be just right before we act. This constant quest for perfection can paralyze us, leading to endless delays and missed opportunities. By the time we reach our later years, the ideal circumstances we once dreamed of have long since passed, leaving behind the haunting regret of all the chances we never took. The irony is that perfection, as many come to realize, is an illusion that only prevents us from living fully. Life's greatest achievements and the most memorable moments are often born from imperfection, the messy, uncertain, and beautifully unpredictable nature of real experience. A related issue is the tendency to avoid difficult conversations. It may seem easier to keep silent, to sidestep conflicts, or to avoid expressing painful truths. Yet, over time, this silence can create a chasm between you and the people you care about. The unspoken words, the apologies never made, and the boundaries never set all add up, leading to misunderstandings and emotional distance. Avoiding confrontation may offer temporary relief, but in the long run, it only prolongs the pain and makes reconciliation more difficult. Honest communication, though challenging, fosters clarity and healing, and is essential for maintaining deep, lasting connections. Now, let's turn our attention to health. As we age, many of us begin to neglect our physical well-being, convinced that we can always make up for it later. We sacrifice sleep, ignore minor aches, and put off regular checkups, assuming that our bodies will continue to function as they always have. But the truth is, the body is the foundation of everything we do, and neglecting it can lead to severe consequences. By the time you are 70, the effects of years of poor self-care can become undeniable. The strength you once took for granted diminishes, energy declines, and even simple tasks can become overwhelming challenges. Success, wealth, and status mean little if your body is no longer capable of supporting the life you wish to lead. Taking care of your health is not optional. It is essential for a life of dignity, vitality, and longevity. Another aspect to consider is the accumulation of possessions and the inability to let go. Over the years, many people hold on to items for sentimental reasons or out of fear of change. What starts as a few mementos eventually turns into a hoard, a physical representation of a past that you are unwilling or afraid to leave behind. This clinging to material things can be a metaphor for an internal resistance to change. It is a way of holding on to a version of yourself that no longer exists, and it can weigh you down both physically and emotionally. Letting go is not about discarding memories. It is about freeing yourself to move forward and embrace new experiences. Then there is the all too common trap of becoming overly dependent on external validation. In our younger years, we may have looked to others to affirm our worth, to bolster our confidence, and to guide our decisions. Social media, peer pressure, and societal expectations all contribute to this dependency. However, as you age, you come to realize that true self-worth cannot be measured by the opinions of others. The validation you seek externally is fleeting and unreliable. True confidence and contentment come from within. When you learn to trust and appreciate yourself, you liberate yourself from the constant need for approval, and you become free to live a life that is authentically yours. Furthermore, as you move through life, the quality of your relationships will matter far more than the quantity. In our youth, we might have prided ourselves on having a large circle of friends, but as time goes by, it becomes clear that deep, meaningful connections are what truly sustain us. The relationships that endure are those built on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine desire to see each other thrive. These are the relationships that provide support in times of difficulty and add immeasurable richness to our lives. The pursuit of external validation, of constantly seeking to impress others, only serves to distract you from nurturing these deeper bonds. Another critical lesson is learning to embrace change. The world around you is in a constant state of flux. New technologies, evolving social norms, and shifting cultural landscapes are inevitable. Resisting change out of nostalgia or fear of the unknown can leave you feeling isolated and disconnected from the vibrant life that surrounds you. Instead of clinging to the past, recognize that change is an opportunity for growth. Embrace new ideas, learn new skills, and allow yourself to evolve along with the world. This adaptability is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, a testament to your ability to remain relevant and engaged, regardless of the passage of time. In addition, as you journey through life, you must confront the harsh reality that time, once spent, can never be reclaimed. Every day that passes is an opportunity, a chance to build the life you want, to mend relationships, to pursue your dreams. Yet many people fall into the trap of procrastination, convinced that there will always be a tomorrow. They delay making decisions, postpone taking risks, and settle for a life of quiet resignation. But the truth is that perfection is an illusion,
Waiting for the ideal moment only leads to missed opportunities and lingering regret. Instead, the urgency of the present must be your guiding light. Live with the understanding that every moment is precious, and act with the determination to make those moments count. Consider the legacy you wish to leave behind. When you reflect on your life, what do you want to see? Do you want to be remembered as someone who chased after fleeting symbols of success, titles, possessions, external accolades, or as someone who forged deep, authentic relationships, who embraced change, who pursued growth with unyielding passion? The choices you make today, the habits you cultivate, and the principles you live by will determine the story you tell tomorrow. In the end, the most enduring legacy is not found in what you accumulate, but in how deeply you lived, how courageously you faced challenges, and how authentically you expressed your true self. So I challenge you, examine your life with honesty and courage. Look in the mirror, and ask yourself if you are truly living or merely existing, if you are investing your time and energy in pursuits that enrich your soul, or if you are allowing yourself to be carried away by distractions, complacency, and unfulfilled expectations. Every habit, every small decision, is a thread in the tapestry of your life. Will you weave a masterpiece filled with vibrant colors of passion, resilience, and purpose, or will you let the threads slip away into a pattern of regret and mediocrity? Embrace the power of self-reflection. Understand that growth is a deliberate choice, not an inevitable consequence of time. Seek out opportunities to learn, to challenge your assumptions, and to step outside your comfort zone. Whether it's pursuing a new hobby, engaging in thoughtful conversations, or simply dedicating time to quiet introspection, each step you take towards self-improvement is an investment in a future that is rich with meaning. At the same time, cultivate the relationships that truly matter. Cherish those deep connections built on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine care. Let go of the superficial need to gather a multitude of acquaintances, and focus instead on the few who inspire and challenge you. These are the bonds that will sustain you through life's inevitable storms, and remind you of your true worth. They are not measured by the frequency of social events, or the number of likes on a post, but by the depth of understanding and love that they foster. And finally, do not fear change. Embrace it as a natural, even beautiful, part of life. Allow yourself to evolve, to adapt, and to let go of the old, in order to welcome the new. The world is constantly transforming, and with each change comes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become even more resilient. By accepting that nothing stays the same, you free yourself from the constraints of nostalgia, and open your heart to the endless possibilities of the present. In conclusion, understand that the passage of time is both a gift and a challenge, a precious opportunity to build a life of purpose, authenticity, and joy. Do not let the slow, subtle decay of unexamined habits rob you of the vibrant life you deserve. Instead, rise each day with the resolve to live fully, to embrace the beauty of growth, and to cherish every moment as a stepping stone to a legacy that will endure long after the final chapter is written. Thank you for listening, and may you always find the strength, wisdom, and passion to live a life that makes sense when you look back on it, at 70, 80, or even beyond. Live with intention, embrace every opportunity to learn and grow, and create a legacy defined not by the fleeting symbols of success, but by the profound impact you have on the world and on yourself.